Hello and welcome to another Monster Hunter World video with me, GMTR Hooch. And today I thought we could talk about mix sets and how to design a specific mix set of armour that is custom towards your playstyle or designed to overcome a particular problem that you may have come across in the game. Now I'm sure you're all aware before we start that some sets of armour like this one, Legiana, Anjanath and Odegarum for example, also come with set bonuses. So let's have a look at that first. So we'll go to the item box and we'll go to change equipment, and then we'll press right trigger and we'll scroll across to the skills we have equipped. And as you can see, we have ice resistance level 1, ice attack level 1, airborne level 1, evade window level 1 and divine blessing level 1. Okay, now we'll press select and we can have a look at the skill info for those. So there you see the 5 that I read out, just ice resistance, ice attack, etc, etc. But at the top we've got something here called Legiana's Blessing 3, which means we needed to equip 3 out of the 5 pieces of this particular set to get a set bonus. Now not all armour sets have a set bonus, this one does, and it's Legiana's Blessing, which is a good chance of increased quest rewards, and there's no effect when joining mid-quest. Okay, no problem. But let's say that's a great piece of armour, but you don't really want that, and you not bothered about the increased quest rewards. You want something specific to how you play and the monster you're about to take on. So how would you go about designing that? Well, what I do is first off I unequip everything by clicking A on all of them and just taking them all off. And then when I go to the weapon, and the reason I do this with a weapon is I unequip the weapon and I just pick up a vanilla weapon. So I'll take this Buster Sword like that. Okay, because that's completely vanilla. Now the reason I swap the weapon out is sometimes you may have a weapon with a decoration in, a gem, and that will skew the preview build for the skills that you are looking for. So we know we've got no skills at all. If we go across there, no slots, no skills, no nothing. So we've just got our underwear on, and then we're going to go to the forge, the workshop, and talk to the smithy, and we're going to design a mix. Okay, so we're here at the smithy and we're going to design our first mix set, and we're going to design one. Let's think of a hypothetical situation. You have got a particularly good weapon that does ice attack and you want to complement that, and you're fighting a monster coming up that you're having trouble with and he is weak to ice, so that's a good idea. So we're going to go, we've got an ice attack weapon, he's weak to ice, and we want to boost that ability to make sure we do as much damage as we can. But we've also fainted a few times trying to take out this monster, this hypothetical monster, because I don't want to give any spoilers away. And it's got a roar that stuns you every time because you have to cover your ears, and then gets you with a dive bomb attack or shoots poison at you or fire or anything that's going to wipe you out in one shot basically, and you need to defend against the roar that stuns you. So we're going to go with an earplugs ice attack build is what we're going to go for. So how do we go about doing that? Well, we're going to go up to the smithy and we're going to say hello, get through his waffle, his couple of sentences, and we're going to go to forge equipment and we're going to go to forge equipment armor, and then we'll get the list up of all the high rank armor parts that are available to us. Now yes, you can work through all of these and see which one is individually, but let's save some time with this little feature I found which I think is pretty cool, and we're going to press R3 or the right stick. We're going to click that in and you'll see on the left we have now got a sort by criteria box opened up, and we're going to go down to skills, and here you'll find 7 pages of skills that you can scroll through and read that are available with a description of every skill that's on there. So you can go through at your own leisure and decide, I want this skill, that skill, the other skill. That's entirely up to you, but for the purpose of this video we are going to do, like I said, the earplugs and ice attack build. So we'll click on earplugs. 9 results were found, and you'll see that on there are 9 yellow boxes highlighting 9 pieces of armor that all have the earplug skill. So let's start with the helm. So we've got Basal Alpha, that's earplugs 2 and blast attack level 1. we've got Basal Beta that does earplugs level 2, and we've got High Metal Alpha that does ice resistance 2 and earplugs 1. Well, I'm going to plump, for the purpose of this, for the middle one that just does earplugs level 2, which is what we're looking for. Now, rather than build that now and waste the parts, because as you'll see, I need a Baselgeuse gem to build this. Well, I want to make sure it's right before I spend that part, because they're quite rare. So I'm going to press X for preview, and that will equip the item without building it, so you can see what it looks like and how the skills stack up, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, so now we'll go to chest, to the male, and we have got either High Metal Male Alpha, which has earplugs 2 and ice attack, which is what we were looking to build, so that already looks like it's going to be the favourite. And this one also has earplugs and ice attack, but only level 1. So we'll take this one. It's not going to be the best looking in the world, but we're going to press X and we're going to preview it. Okay, so that's 2 pieces towards our ice attack and earplugs build. Now we've got 3 points in there so far, have we? No, 4 points. Earplugs level 2 on that one and earplugs level 2 on that one. So we know we can only have 5. It only goes up to 5. You can see that on the box on the right hand side on skills, 2 out of 5. So what we want is just a piece that has 1. So that's got 1. These Vambraces with critical draw. We won't go for that to start with. That's got 2 and that's got 2, so that's overkill. So we'll go with the Greaves looked as Bombardier level 2. Now that suits what I want to do, so I'm going to pick that one, and earplugs level 1. So we'll preview that, and now we've got level 5 earplugs. Okay, so now we'll go back to skills and we will pick ice attack. 10 results were found. Now we know we've already got a helm, so we don't need to look at that. We know we've already got male, so I don't need to go at that. But we haven't got Greaves, and there's only 1 pair. Braces, and there's only 1 pair. High Metal Braces Alpha have ice attack level 1 and defense boost level 2. Well, a little bit more defense never hurt anybody, especially if it's a problem monster. So we're going to preview that, and we're going to add that to our build. And now we know we need a coil. Now this coil has ice attack level 2. This one has level 2 and windproof. This one has level 2. And this one has level 2 and evade extender. So basically now we're down to a choice of, do we want evade extender or do we want windproof? Well, that really is down to whatever you're fighting and your own personal preference. But I think what I will go for is, on this preview build, we'll go for evade extender. Why not? It's only a preview. I'm not going to build it. So there we go. So now there's our 5 pieces of armour. So if we scroll across now with the right trigger to look at the skills, we can see what we've built. If we press select, we can read the descriptions. Okay, equip skills. So we haven't got those first 3 because they're part of the set, and as you can see, it's got the 3 on it, and we need 3 pieces. We've got 1 out of 3, 1 out of 3, and 1 out of 3. So we lose those set bonuses. But that's no problem because we're building this specific to what we want. So we've now got level 5 earplugs, which will nullify weak and strong monster roars. So basically it doesn't get any better than that. We cannot get stunned by a monster roar, which is what we, in our hypothetical situation, we're struggling with. We've now got level 4 ice attack, which gives us plus 5% and a bonus plus 100 because we've got level 4, so that's all cool, all good. But as a bonus, as we were building it, we've now got plus 10 defense with defense boost. We've got 20% explosive power with Bombardier. So if we, personally, I always carry a couple of barrel bombs, mega barrel bombs if I can. And when the monster is asleep, when you've damaged him so much he goes back to his nest to sleep, what you will find is any damage you do, the first attack when the monster is asleep, is extra damage. So if you put a barrel bomb next to his head or 2 and then explode those, then you're doing the explosive damage and the extra damage because he's asleep, and extra damage now because you've got explosive power plus 20%. And then finally we've got evade extender, which slightly extends evasion distance level 1. So when you're diving out the way or rolling out the way, we now have extra distance, so that's quite good for dodging monster attacks. And that basically is how you go about designing a mix set. You can then, after you've done that, if we go back, you can individually on these if you've decided these are the 5 items you want, if you hover over them and press Y, you can add those to your wish list, like so. Entry added. Now I can do this one, add that one, and this one, and this one, and that's the wrong one. And finally this one. Okay, now you'll see on that screen it's put a pin in the ones that you've put on your wish list, so when you come back you'll know which ones they are. And when you're out in the world, if you find a piece for those armor sets, it will come up on the screen, so you know what you're grinding for, and it will tell you how many pieces you need. So that's a pretty cool thing as well, so you're always on top of what you need to put your set together in case you haven't got the parts. Now also on top of this, don't forget, you can always put we can't preview those unfortunately, but we can also put gems, etc. in there, decorations and the jewelry. So let's take this helm for example. The helm that we want, the Basil Helm Beta, has on the right hand side, you'll see under defense 58 slots, so we can put a slot in there. We can slot a decoration which will give us extra. We could get one that does ice attack, or we could get, well, there's no point in get one that does earplugs, or if we got one that did earplugs, we could then get rid of one of these pieces of armor for instance and use something else. But that's something you'll have to experiment with after you've made the armor. This is how to make the basic set. There's no way I found yet to preview by putting different decorations in the armor or the weapons as such as yet. So that last sentence made no sense, but you get the gist of what I'm talking about. So that basically is how to make a armor set designed for your needs. Now once you've built your armor set, say you've built 4 or 5 of them, another cool thing about it is if I go back to the item box and go to change equipment and press start, manage loadouts, I can save my different loadouts in there. There's 14 pages of loadouts, look, so you know you can save up to 112 loadouts, and then you just simply click on your loadout after you've saved it in there, and you've got all your equipment back on. So you might have this one is an attack up, if you want to see, this is an attack up dragon build, not the map, there we go. So I've got attack boost level 5, dragon attack level 4, and then I've got 1 or 2 other pieces that I don't really want, like Dung Master, but I haven't finished it yet. So what I might do is once I get some decorations and maybe a charm that helps out with dragon attack, I could always ditch a piece of armor, add the windproof on and find something that's got better perks on it. But that basically in a nutshell is how to make a mix set or design a mix set for what you want, rather than having the skills that just come with an armor set that you've just been grinding because you want it for the defense. So, and obviously don't forget at the end to put your armor spheres in to increase the defense rating. So I hope that was a help. Leave a like if it was. A like would be super appreciated. Leave a dislike if it wasn't, and please leave constructive criticism in the comments below. If there's anything I've missed, let me know, and let's all help each other. And until the next one, ta-ra a bit.